Hey everybody, welcome to another video, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on how to create your persona builds for survivors. Now there's a lot of different options you can choose for survivors when it comes to persona builds. You can have Tide Turner, you can have Borrow Time, you can have Broken Windows, and there's also all these other side perks. So I want to discuss each and every single one of them, which one you should run, which one you should ignore, and which ones are for more specific characters such as Mercenary or Priestess. Let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So the first one that we have here is the Kiter build. Now there are two types of Kiter builds that you guys can use, but I'm going to show you guys the one that I use the most often, and that is the Kiter Whim build. So you guys can see we have our regular Broken Windows, and we got our heal, and we got our Borrow Time, and then we have 35 extra points to spend on whatever we want. Now I am going to go a little bit over each of these other perks that you may consider using. Healing, only useful on Mercenary, we'll get back to that later. Airwalk, possibly useful on Explorer, but other than that, not very useful. You should try to avoid using this one. Sticker is a little bit of a controversial one. If you've been around the YouTube channel for long enough, you will know that I do not like using Sticker, and that it is just outclassed by other abilities, and we'll get to that when we go over some other abilities that you can use on your Kiter builds. Here we have Snooze. Snooze is another one where another controversial one on this channel. I actually have a video explaining why Snooze is not worth it. It's only about a 6-second boost on chair if no one rescues you, 3 seconds if someone rescues you at exactly 50%. But the main problem with Snooze, if you guys want to save some time and don't want to watch the video, is that a good rescuer will typically not rescue you at exactly 99% or 49% on the chair, so you won't get the full value of Snooze all the time. The one character this will be good on is Painter, but even then I would recommend using Palette's Stun, Great Power. Self-Deception, not great for obvious reasons. The Hunter can usually detect you anyway just from seeing the Cypher shake, so not that great. Doctor, maybe you're playing Doctor, but this is only useful on Priestess, and we'll get to that later. Shelter, not useful because Hunters camp in this game, pretty simple. Now, these are the main two you guys will be looking at when you consider your Kiter builds. Now, I always like to go 3 points in Great Power and 2 points in Will to Survive. Will to Survive is just there in case maybe you have a forward on your team or entomologist on your team that is harassing, maybe even a prospector. That type of stuff, Will to Survive will help you a lot more than if you were to carry something like Sticker or any of these other traits like Healing or Snooze. Snooze, another problem with Snooze is that you are accepting your death as a Kiter. In a rank match scenario where you guys are looking for the win, you guys should be focusing on the kiting aspect. Now, when you run Great Power, I'm not saying you should go for stuns, but it's there in case you need it. You stun like a cowboy, and it's always there and nice to have, greatly help out on your kites than if you were to take Snooze or something like that. And we'll cover Snooze in a little bit, like what character you run Snooze with, like Painter, Mechanic. Some people do run Snooze with those characters, but overall, you should tend to avoid it. You guys may notice here that we have 5 extra points that we use, and this one is just used on Distraction, aka you can see the Hunter wherever they are on the map. It's a nice perk to have just in case the Hunter didn't swing at anybody and you guys pop the Cypher. It's nice to see where the Hunter is trying to go, so you don't end up running into the Hunter in case your teammates aren't pinging, because like I said, this is ranked match. You're not going to get the most communicative of teammates. I don't even know if that's a word, but let's hop right into the next build. So the next build is a Kiter build as well, but this is if you're playing for a tie. So if you are in a tournament setting and you guys need a tie to win the round and to just seal the deal and win the round for your team, move on to the next round, then you would use Snooze. This is the one time Snooze. I would consider you guys running Snooze on every survivor that's a Kiter. But otherwise, you should tend to avoid using this ability. Maybe if you're Painter, Mechanic, you will have some incentive to use this over other survivors. Painter mostly because when you rescue at a halfway, you still continue to move up your chair progress from where you left off. It doesn't just immediately jump to 50%, so you continue gaining value from Snooze without it skipping over some percentage of the chair. Really nice, really synergetic with Painter. Mechanic, you could run this with Mechanic as a Kiter build. I would typically stay away from Snooze when you're using Mechanic with Tide Turner, just because it's so much better to have that knee-jerk reflex, and it may save your life, whether that's early game, mid game, or late game. All those times is very helpful to have Palette Boost, and we will get to that when we go on the Tide Turner build. We have 15 extra points here. You guys can use it on whatever you want. You can use it on Sticker, you can use it on Will to Survive, you can use it on Great Power. At this point, it depends on your team. If you guys have a lot of harassers, it may be better to take Will to Survive than Great Power. Or same thing, you can say the same thing with Sticker. You can take 2 points in Sticker to get yourself up faster while the harassers defend you. So that is something to keep in mind. The other 15 points are up to you guys to decide. Here we have the Tide Turner build. Now this is for all rescuers except Mercenary. Now, no matter who you're playing as, if you're playing First Officer, Gravekeeper, even Forward, you're always going to want to use these remaining 30 points on Knee Jerk Reflex. Forward, huge synergy because you get bonus stun from your football. Not a lot of people know this, but Forward's football stun is actually based off of how far you travel, not how much football you use. This makes Knee Jerk Reflex super synergetic with Forward, plus it helps you catch up with those survivors quicker in case you're getting picked up from far away distance. And just with other survivors like Gravekeeper, First Officer, it's really nice to have this extra Knee Jerk Reflex just because of the fact that you may end up having to save your item just because you have Knee Jerk Reflex, and it's really nice to get out of yourself in picky scenarios just because you had this ability. I also use this build on Mechanic. When I'm not using Broken Windows build, I am using Tide Turner with Pallet Boost. This saves my life so many times. It's very helpful to carry on Mechanic. I do have a clip on stream where I was able to get a 3 seconds kite against even a Dream Witch, and it saved my life. If I didn't have Pallet Boost at that exact moment, the kite would not have been as long as it would have been in that stream. So really helpful. Do not underrate Knee Jerk Reflex. Even with Mechanic, I would suggest you bring it when you're using Tide Turner because it's better than just assuming you're gonna die and just running something like Snooze. It's never good to just accept your death, especially in a rank match where ties don't really give you guys very many points. You're gonna go for the win. That's most of what has to do with Rescuer, but there are 3 other builds that we still have yet to go over. This is the Mercenary build. The Mercenary build is very similar to the Rescue build, but with one key difference. You're not using Knee Jerk Reflex because Knee Jerk Reflex is not as helpful with Mercenary because you already got those elbow pads. Hunters also aren't very likely to chase you. If you're a good Mercenary, no hunter's gonna chase you. It's just not worth it for them. Your elbow pads are enough to save your life. Now this, healing and Sticker, you can choose either one. I go with 3 in healing and 1 in Sticker, but if you want, if you're a Mercenary that's still learning Mercenary and you're going down a lot on rescues, you're getting double hit a lot and you have to pick yourself up a lot, then Sticker is your way to go. Because healing doesn't actually help to pick yourself up faster, it's only when other people start picking you up faster. So, slight misconception there. I actually believed that misconception for a while too, but I still prefer healing because if you're a Mercenary, if you're a good Mercenary, you're not going to be going down in the rescues, you're not going to be needing to pick yourself up. So Sticker is not going to get nearly as much value as if you always kept going down. So, if you're going down a lot, use Sticker. Because Hunter's not going to pick you up anyway. They're going to tunnel that one person. And that's another reason why Sticker isn't useful on any other survivor unless maybe you're Embalmer or maybe Wildling. It's just not useful because Hunters tend to tunnel the kiters. So it's kind of redundant to run an ability that helps you pick yourself up faster by about 4 seconds when you could just use something that helps you kite better and stay alive longer. So it's something to keep in mind about. Only use Sticker for those survivors that you know are not going to get picked up right away. And finally, we have the last build that is significant to one specific survivor. Just like with Mercenary, how Mercenary gets his own build, Priestess gets her own similar build. You guys see in this one right here, Priestess, all about healing survivors. She's sort of like the Doctor on the team, but just way better than the actual Doctor. Your main strategy with Priestess is going to be getting your teammates through the world portals and healing them up through the world portal after they enter it. Now this is mostly a tournament strategy. I've only ever been able to pull this off in my tournament team in Arachna. Shout out to America, Food, Cuppy, all you guys there. But yeah, that's what Doctor is useful for. It's really nice to help pick your teammates up super fast, super clutch. Sometimes you may even be able to heal them in time. Like before the Hunter even catches up to you, may even end up healing them up to full health. So really nice. It saves games. It's really nice to just save so much time with this 25% bonus healing. At this point, with these last 10 points, you can use them on whatever you want, but I choose Sticker because it synergizes with Priestess's ability to already pick yourself up faster. Also, there's really nothing better to go for. Like, you could go for 10% longer stun, but 10% isn't that long. At this point, with your 10 points, you can't do much with it. It's not going to really save the game with those 10 points, so feel free to use them on whatever you want. And the last build we have here is the Priestess Tide Turner build. Now, if you're playing Tide Turner Priestess in rank, I would not recommend taking Doctor. I would recommend taking Knee-Jerk Reflex because, like I said earlier, getting your teammates through world portals is sort of like a tournament kind of thing. Like, if you aren't on VC or voice chat with your teammates, it's very unlikely that your randoms will be able to see your world portal and cross through it. But if you are playing in a tournament, I would suggest running Doctor, just because you as a Priestess have such a strong ability already that do you really need this? Sometimes you do. It would be nice sometimes to have this, I will admit, but it is a slight risk you take for the whole benefit of the team in general. So sort of like a tournament thinking right there, which you would do if you were a Priestess playing in tournaments. This is the build you would take. Otherwise, take Knee-Jerk Reflex. I doubt your teammates are going to see your world portals. We actually have a portal going to God Corner right now, so if we could at some point, maybe if that stays up the whole game, it might end up saving the game. So the portal is set up, so we could potentially go heal up the prisoner when he passes through the portal. I don't know if he's gonna realize to go through the portal. I'm actually gonna send him another portal. Okay, this is why I really like Priestess.
Right, you're not the brightest.
Hopefully the prisoner comes over here and he sees my portal and he goes through my world portal. He has peepers.
He did not see your portal somehow.
I have him follow me, and he sets up a useless connection. Prisoner's so useless. This connection is so useless. Why don't they buff Prisoner so that when you're decoding on a connection, every survivor that's decoding on the connection gets a 10% decode buff?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the rescue.
Yeah, he's...
Hopefully he sees the portal this time. No, he didn't.
Hopefully.
No, he didn't. He still didn't see the portal. We have a few different builds that I like to use here just for fun. We do have a Wildling build. Now, Wildling build, honestly, you are going to have to run Borrow Time and Tide Turner for sure. That's a fact. Maybe in tournaments you won't have to use Borrow Time, but you're going to need Borrow Time for a rank match because you don't know if your teammates are going to like say when they're buying the Cypher, maybe you're not on your pig yet and you're getting chased and then you get knocked down, you won't have Borrow Time. It's a big iffy problem. Strangely enough, we are not using Knee-Jerk Reflex on Hog Rider. I call him Hog Rider. It's because he already has the pig, so it's not as helpful. You are going to be using Symbiotic Effect just because of how slow he moves to the chair. It's going to be way more helpful. We also have some 4v4 builds. If you guys want to check them out, there they are right there. If for Terra build. And we also have this is sort of like a perfumer specific thing. If you guys are facing a lot of Dream Witches, you're going to want to miss your calibration so you don't get snuck up on. And so that's why I run Self-Deception. Call me crazy, but I never use this build anyway. It's just since I don't face Dream Witches anymore. Just throwing it out if you guys want to check it out. And we also have Duo Nurse, fun build. Spectator, not actually a good trade, but for those of you interested, there it is. And that is all the important Persona builds for July 2021. There hasn't been a Persona change in a while, so I thought I'd make an updated version since I haven't seen many people make an updated version. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested, I also stream Mondays and Thursdays at I'll show the time zone and the times in this video. So for those of you interested, I do stream. I also have a Discord server. It's in the description below. And if you want, I also made an Arms Factory kiting guide. Not a lot of people saw that, so if you struggle kiting on Arms Factory, there it is right there. I hope you do guys enjoy this video and have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.